Albatross, and researchers believe she's the oldest breeding bird in the wild. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Pacific region says Wisdom probably laid the egg in December, and it hatched just a few weeks ago. They say she's raised more than 30 chicks in her lifetime. Wisdom herself is believed to have been hatched in the 1950s. Researchers say this latest chick will be with her for about 5 months.
Call her Granny, the oldest known orca in the world, and she's still alive and kicking. Check her out. Granny is thought to be 105 years old, which means she was cruising through the ocean before the Titanic ever did. The Orca Network spotted her on July 27th, just off the coast of Washington State, saying she appeared to be in high spirits. Granny is also known as J2, part of the group of southern resident orcas called the J-Pod, and her age is just an estimate.
The 140-year-old lobster that was nabbed off the coast of Canada, where it seemed to exist with no issue. The 20-pound or roughly 9-kilogram crustacean was then sold to City Crab and Seafood Restaurant in New York, where, instead of becoming a feast for a king, was turned into a tourist attraction. The story of George the lobster ends on a high note, however, as the restaurant decided to release him back into the wild.
It's lunchtime for St. Helena's oldest celebrity. Jonathan the tortoise has become a bit of an institution on the remote Atlantic Ocean island. Originally from the Seychelles, no one knows exactly how he arrived here, but the island's been his home for over a century, making him possibly the world's oldest terrestrial animal.
We think he's between 185 and 186 years old, but that's almost a minimum. He could be older.
This particular shark was measured at 18 feet in length and weighed over a ton. By measuring the size of the shark, researchers suggest the animal could have been born as early as 1505, making it even older than Shakespeare. With an estimated age of 512 years old, that makes this creature extraordinary, and it should be considered among the absolute oldest animals in the world.
The largest sea sponge in the world has been documented in a recently published study. The organism is believed to be around 12 feet by 7 feet, or as the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration describes in an article, the size of a minivan. It was found during one of the agency's deep water expeditions last year around the Papahanaumakuakea Marine National Monument off the Hawaiian Islands. While researchers do not know how old the organism is, it has been estimated to be up to 1,000 years old due to the species' typically slow growth rate.